Well, it's that time again. It's Wednesday evening, and this is September 17th, 2025. This is Mike, your ham fun guy, KO4PDI. How's everybody tonight? If you haven't watched any of my recent lives, a couple of things have changed. I did a little adjustment on the audio on my computer on OBS. I got a new shirt. Now it says, instead of ham fun, it says ham radio fun. Ooh, baby. I still got the other shirts too, so you might see me with those on someday too. I added the windsock to the microphone, which enables me not to pop my peas because I was getting poop in the microphone when I was talking, and that's not good. So I said, oh, screw it, spend the money, $30, but got it from Sweetwater, hooked it up. It's great. So, haven't heard any complaints from anybody when I'm talking to them on the radio. They kind of like the way I sound. They better. This is a very expensive microphone, even though I didn't pay a lot for it. It's a $500 mic. So, yeah, I'm glad it works. Last week, we did not have a podcast. I was thoroughly distraught over what happened to Charlie Kirk. If you're not, I pity you. If you are, I empathize with you. This was a shift in the paradigm of politics in the United States when some lunatic, I can't even call him a lunatic, he's brainwashed numbskull who never learned crap in school because the schools don't teach you anything anymore. They try to indoctrinate you now. But as a result, what happened was he became radicalized and he decided it was his turn to kill Charlie Kirk. Now, the first thing I said when Charlie got shot, because it was such an on-target hit, and I saw the video, and I saw how fast he went away. Somebody argued with me, oh no, he didn't die instantly. No, trust me. He did not even know what hit him. To be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. And trust me, he was present with the Lord really quick that day. I really believe before he hit the ground, he didn't even know he was hit. He didn't even hear the sound, nothing. It just stopped him in his tracks. It's completely devastating. Charlie Kirk is a greater man than I could ever be. And it's so funny, all the really great men die too young, and that's not just a cliche. Look at Father Mike. Father Mike on 9/11 died. So here I am dealing with the anniversary of my friend Father Michael Judge dying, and the day before that anniversary, Charlie Kirk is taken from us. I'm not pious, I'm not greater than anybody else, but I am a Christian. And I really believe that Jesus said, Charlie, good work, come on home. And allowed this to happen and made the best of it. And he will make the best of it. If you're not a Christian, maybe you don't get it. This is going to spur a movement that I've seen some really messed up kids, tattoos, trans kids, drug addicts, just lost souls that are all coming to Jesus through this horrible event. So in Romans 8:28, it says, all things work together for the good to all those who love God and are called according to his purpose. Charlie's purpose was to spread the gospel, and he did a very good job of it, and help out in the elections and stuff. But spreading the gospel was the most important part. And he did that famously. He was amazing at it. Every day at noon, he would have a TV show / radio show. I don't know what network it was broadcast on, but I watched it on Real America Voice on my TV. And something very special happened today. Remember I told you this microphone was the same microphone that Rush Limbaugh used? Well, his was gold-plated. This is not gold-plated. This is just the standard RE27 Electro Voice mic. But Glenn Beck did Charlie Kirk's program today at noon. And if you know anything about Glenn Beck, he's got a museum where he's trying to preserve a lot of history. And one of the things he had in his museum was the actual golden EIB microphone that had the box on it that said EIB on it, the whole 9 yards. And he left that in Charlie Kirk's studio today as a gift to Erica, Charlie's wife, because Charlie Kirk had once said that he wanted to. Glenn asked him, what do you want to be? He goes, I want to be Rush Limbaugh. And he wanted to be as famous as Rush Limbaugh. Well, he is, and he's done so much. I remember when Rush died, I said, nobody's going to be able to fill his shoes. Well, Charlie Kirk could have filled his shoes, and then some. And he's no longer with us because of an idiot. So, yeah. Oh, there we got my good buddy from Northern Ireland, Iman, is here. It's he says, I'm still reeling from this, Mike. Charlie was one of our best. God bless him and his family. Yeah, his 2 little kids are going to grow up without their father, his daughter and his son. He'll never play a catch with his son. He'll never walk his daughter down the aisle. It's so sad. And I've been a basket case. I could not do this last week. I was angry. I was sad. I was livid. I was bargaining with God. Like, can't there be a way to do this without all this pain? And the answer is no. And I remember the words of Jesus where he says, in this world you will have problems, but fear not. I have overcome the world. Yeah. So there is a lot of hope that the future will bring some great stuff, but I think there's going to be some really hard things to deal with in the next 6 months or so. I think people will start getting arrested. There are grand juries in effect right now looking at evidence, and a lot of people who you thought, or they thought they were untouchable, are going to jail, or at least going to be raked over the coals. And after watching the Democrats yesterday in the Senate and today in the House reaming Kash Patel and getting on his case and calling him every name in the book, yeah, they might get their day in court, especially Pencil Neck Shift. But that's not why we're here. I wanted to share that with you so you get an idea of why I wasn't here last week. But this week, I am here. Yay! And we're going to talk about some stuff. Let's jump over to this screen real quick. Oh, we can't see it because it doesn't know where it is. Let's go back to the SAT. And now we'll go back here. Okay. Here's the world-famous PSR 100 portable lightweight satellite antenna rotor kit. Look at that, temporarily out of stock. I talked to Don last week. He had 13 kits ready to go, and they're all gone. So all you 13 people who bought the kits, God bless you, man. Good job. And let's do this. Let's hope that you don't have the same troubles I had. I am so close to finishing this thing. I have the motors working. The app is working. The only thing that happened was the switch to change direction on the elevation. One side of it broke. So I can point it down, but I can't get it to go back up because the soldering joint, these switches are extremely sensitive to heat. So you cannot use a really hot soldering iron, which I did. And I destroyed the switch. So, Iman's got some new information here. I see there will be 4 new amateur CubeSats going up soon. Oh, send me the details on that. I'll talk about it on the podcast. By the way, if you guys ever want to talk on my podcast, you know what? I have a Discord server, and it's up right now. If you go to my Discord server, look up KO4PDI, or just click on the link at the top of the chat. I pinned the link for that. And Roger's here. Hey, Roger. So the link is at the top of the chat. If you would like to join me in the Discord server with your video and audio, you can come join me on here right now. I will put you on the screen with me and we could have a conversation and it'll be great. You're all welcome to join. All I got to do is make another scene. I should do that right now while we're getting ready. Let's call it Discord. Call it Discord. Let's say okay. And I disappeared. Yeah, I did because I have nothing in that screen yet. So bear with me while I do this because I have to go off the screen to do this. So first we'll put the ticker tape and my logo on the page. Here's how I do it. So here we go. We add a scene and we pick base screen. Okay, bing, there we got part of it. And then we grab, oh, I don't want that. We add a camera source. Audio, video capture device, that's what we need. And we go over here and we select solo cam and tell it okay. And there I am. Now, do you hear me? No. You hear my voice? Yes, you do. You hear my voice. But that background leaves much to be desired. We have to adjust that a little bit. By the way, let me adjust this. Get rid of this background view here. All right. And then we have to get a picture, an image. Let's tick that. Let's see, which one is this? Yeah, that's the one I want. Okay. And we send that to the bottom. And now we have the background again. The Discord, I mean the ham clock background. But it's not really a ham clock background because all it is a screenshot of the ham shack. That's what that is. That's a screenshot of the geochron. Why am I using this ham geochron image as the backdrop? Because, you ready? You ready? You want to know why? The geochron is on its way back to Washington State to get repaired. If they can't repair it, they're going to send me a new one, which is good. So we can stop with the complaining about geochron. We're not going to complain about them. All right. Iman says he's going to email me the info on the new sats coming up. So he's saying hi to Roger. Roger's saying, what's happening with the Tavel sats? It's Tavel, Tavel sats. They're not operational yet. I'm keeping an eye on them, but they're not working yet. Roger's waving hi to everybody. How you doing, Roger? Oh, I don't have the featured chat in here. Got to add that in. Add. All right. Where's I got to jump to my solo camera and look for that. Featured chat. There we go. Copy that. And we go back over to Discord and we paste that. So this way we see when I want to put guys on the screen that are talking. Let me just shrink my solo cam down because the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to bring the Discord into this window. Let me sink my picture down a little deeper in the stack. There we go. And now we're going to add a window capture device. And we'll call this Discord. And tell it, okay. Oh, name already exists. What? I have a Discord already exists? I don't see it. All right, don't mind me. I'm just trying to fix this myself. All right, let's just pick that. And properties. Here we go. Okay, now we got Discord on the screen too. So if you join me right now, I could shrink that. I can make that right about there. And you could see the Discord screen right there. So whoever's talking will pop up on here. And you could chat with me if you'd like. So come on over. Looks like 5 sats on September 19th. They're going to be, that's Whiskey 8, Lima, Oscar Whiskey, Jeremy. Google the 5 sats Japan will release. You got mail. Oh, Iman probably mailed me something already. What a guy. What a guy. I don't have my email open right now, though, but I can open it up. I'll get it later. But thanks for that. So what we're doing here, we're just chatting about stuff. So first of all, let's go back to this screen here. Here is the rotator I'm building. This is all the other stuff. I love it. He says, perfect entry-level kit builder. This is the circuit board. Look at this. I never counted them, but there's got to be over 100 soldering joints I got to do. And I did them all, and I only screwed up the board that goes here and the board that goes here. So I had to replace those, which wasn't too expensive, about $40. But Don walked me through everything. He walked me through testing it. He even offered to finish the project for me if I wanted him to build it completely. And I said, no, I'll build it. This is the companion app that works in Windows over here. And this is what all the parts look like when you get them. These little, and this box isn't a nice, neat box. It's about 4 pieces that go together that makes it work. What do you got here, Roger? Weather permitting, I hope to try a NISS POTA, 75 degree, about 5 p.m. tomorrow. Wow. All right. I'll look for you, Roger. I'll try to get you tomorrow around 5 p.m. I'll check that out. Who knows? I might have my rotator going by then, too, and have my 9700 Go box built and ready to go out and play. So you never know. I called ABR Industries today to get some cable for my new rotator, but Chuck wasn't in. I talked to Shannon, and she said, wait till Chuck's in. Call back tomorrow, and I could order the cables I need. Which, by the way, if you look in the notes on this film and all the other ones I do, there is a discount code. Use ABR10, Ham Fun, get 10% off everything you buy on a shopping trip there. So make sure you go check that out. ABR Industries makes amazing cable, and they got this new 174 that is like RG316, only very, very flexible. Not like RG316 where it has a memory. Keep that in mind. Mike K at MRD did a video on it. They also can make it with the, they're like SMA connectors on the end, and you can put any adapter on it you want. If you want PL259, if you want a SO239, if you want a what is it? What do you call them? Oh, God. The mind went blank. I tell you, you turn 71 and everything falls out of your head. Anyway, this is all the stuff you get. The instructions, I've shown you the instructions. They are so freaking detailed. All I have to do is follow them, which I find very hard to do as a kid that grew up with PTSD and nobody knew it. Or not PTSD. What's the one where you can't pay attention to anything? That's me. So yeah, I should have this built by tonight before I go to bed. I'm hoping that while I'm doing this live stream, the delivery gets made from Amazon with the new switch that I could put in there and have it working before I go to bed tonight, which is going to be really exciting. You guys will be the first to know because I'll probably do a live stream when I use it the first time or when I test it out. So Roger, good for you. You're going out to do POTA. ADHD. Yep, that was it. ADHD. Confirmed RS44 with PJ7K this afternoon. Tried but missed him yesterday. Who is that? Let's find out. Who is Papa Juliet 7 Kilo? Papa Juliet 7 Kilo is from the Czech Republic, David Baran. That's David Baran you were talking about. Here's his QRZ right here. And you can see he's a Mediterranean DX Club. That's cool. Don't send email with digital QSL card. It goes through spam folder. That's cool. I got him on the ISS, really? Is that what you just said? I got him on the ISS? Let me see. If I go to click here, it'll tell me, yeah, I did talk to him once before. Oh, he was in St. Martin. Yeah, he was in St. Martin on September 13th. PJ7K, but that was on 30 meters FT8. I got him. I didn't get him on the ISS. No, I didn't get him on the ISS, Roger. Unless you're talking about somebody else. Wait a minute. He's in St. Martin, which is in the Caribbean. He's not. Although if you look at his call sign, his QRZ page, it says he lives in the Czech Republic, but he wasn't in the Czech Republic. You're never going to get the Czech Republic. I don't care, RS-44, any other satellite, you're not going to get him. He was in St. Martin when I got him, and it was FT8. Listen to my live program yesterday. You mean the one where you couldn't hear the radio? By the way, my apologies to everybody. The reason for that is I messed around with, St. Martin. Yeah, I got him on. So you're saying on that live, you heard him? Oh, God, now I got to go check it out. First of all, I'm going to try something with my 9700 right now. I'm going to hook up to the St. Augustine repeater with it. And when I hook up to the St. Augustine repeater, I'm going to call out, see if I can make a QSO with somebody. And I want you guys to listen. Make sure you can hear the repeater. You're not going to hear anything right now because I got the squelch up. But if I key the mic.
Your system operating in St. Augustine, Florida.
Are you hearing that? This is Kilo Oscar 4, Papa Delta India, KO4 PDI on the St. Augustine repeater. Anyone, anywhere, do you read me? Over, over.
KO4 PDI, KS4IJ mobile. You're pretty weak into the repeater there, over.
Pretty weak into the repeater. Let me check something. Yeah, it's because I'm only doing 5 watts.
That time you were a little bit better.
Yeah, I just turned it up a little bit. I'm actually streaming live on YouTube right now, testing it out. I want to make sure the guys on the YouTube stream are hearing you also. So, Carl, that's my buddy Carl, KA4IJ. How you doing? Where you at?
Okay, I am mobile in Palm Coast here, and we're coming back from a car cruise show. And let's see, location is on, let me see, Belterre Highway, and we're probably a good 30 miles from the repeater, over.
All right, Carl, that's great. Yeah, last night I did a whole pass on a satellite, and nobody could hear the radio because I had the audio limiter on and the audio noise suppression on, and what happened was it cut out all the noise from the radio. So nobody heard who I was talking to. I heard him in the headphones, but nobody else heard him. So this is kind of a test on my live stream right now. I'm doing my podcast to see if everybody on the podcast can hear me, and they all say it sounds good. My buddy Iman from Northern Ireland says it sounds good.
All right. Well, hi to your ham friend there from Ireland, and name here is Carl, Charlie Alpha Radio Lynn, and we are mobile, running about 25 watts from the mobile, and we're probably about 8 miles from the QTH. Over to you.
All right, Carl, you have a great afternoon. Get home safe. I hope you enjoyed the car show. Carl's got a great Gran Torino that I love. It's the car I wanted when I got out of high school, but I never got one. Anyway, Carl, you take care. I'll say 73 for now. Have a safe trip home. This is KO4 PDI. I'll be clear. All right, so
KO4 PDI.
That's
KS4IJ mobile. Palm Coast 73s.
73, Carl. So you see what happened there. This is the St. Augustine repeater. This is the one that we had all the interference on. As a matter of fact, at 7 o'clock, that's at the top of the next hour, I will be on a net on that same repeater. And it's a great repeater. We had somebody who was a real troublemaker causing all kinds of distortion and interference on that repeater to the point where we started a fox hunt to find the guy. And we actually did find him. We're gathering evidence now. If he continues, we'll probably go to the FCC or something. The good news is he's not continuing. The last 2 weeks on Wednesday night on the net, we had over 20 participants, and he never interfered once, which is pretty good since he's been doing it for 4 years. And I've been on their case the whole time saying, when are you guys going to do something about this? And they never did. But the good news is the 75 ohm ham, if you don't follow him, you should. You want to know anything about an antenna, how to build one, how to make one from scratch, how to make one with cable TV cable. That's why he's called the 75 ohm ham. He's the guy to talk to. So make sure you check that out. 75 ohm ham. That's Ziggy. And he's called Ziggy because of his call sign. I'm not going to give out his call sign. You'll find out eventually. But Ziggy took it upon himself. I loaned him a wonderful 2-meter antenna that I used to use for satellites before I got the Wemos. He took that sucker, put it on a 10-foot pole on the back of his car on a trailer hitch, and went around and found where the interference was coming from. And once we told the guy that we're looking for you, and the fact you're in a gated community is irrelevant because we have friends in that gated community that give us access, we could find him. So all of a sudden he stopped. I hate to admit this. My father used to tell me the bigger they are, the harder they fall. And in order to stop a bully, the only way to stop a bully is to bully him. Get right in their face and get right at him. And that's what we did. And we let the guy know we're coming after him. If you want to follow along and see the progress, there is a Discord server called Saint, STAUG Jammer.com. It's not a website, but if you type in STAUG for St. Augustine, the word jammer, one word, make that all one word, .com, it will take you to that Discord server. You can follow along and you can see the evidence we're gathering against the guy and where we're posting it on there and telling you where it's going to be. And yeah, we're going to get him. We told him the server also so he could see for himself that we're zooming in on him. So that's the good news. He backed off, and I'm very grateful for that. And I appreciate him backing off and realizing, the error of his ways. So he's not doing it anymore. We can actually use this repeater now, and I use it frequently during the day because I can, with my Yagis, I can put 5 watts on that Yagi and I can hit that repeater. So I was just talking to Carl. Carl's down by me. The repeater's 30 miles north of me. And when I transmit to that on 5 watts off my Yagi, it's incredible how clean and clear it is. But yeah, so keep that in mind. Anyway, another new event in the Ham Shack is this little gadget. Let me refresh the screen, get rid of that red bar. What this is the CSN Technologies iGate. What it's my buddy's only 13 miles away. He's home. This is my Elmer, ND1C-9. He is my Elmer. If I click on him, there he is. He's home. That's his house right there. All right, Jimmy's back. Jimmy's been away. Oh, my God. He's been away forever. He finally came home. They went to a rally for Montana trailer owners. This is a fifth-wheel trailer that he has. If anybody was at Huntsville 3 years ago, he just picked it up and brought it there. For the first place he stayed was Monsanto State Park with that. And I told him, I said, that's the freaking Taj Mahal on wheels. It was unbelievable, this trailer. And he's making good use of it. So there you go. We got him. He's back home. I don't even have to call him and ask him. I'll just say, I'll text him. I'll tell him, welcome home. He was 13.4 miles away southwest of me when he last got into my system at 6:26 this evening. Wow, 3 minutes ago. He got in 3 minutes ago. Wow. Now, what's really cool about this, is there any way I can enlarge this so you could see it better? Yeah, I can. Okay. That's too big. Okay, so look at this top line here. Just to give you an idea what you can do with this, I could send him a message right now. So The RF means I received his beacon through over the air to RF. And then what I did was, it was his position. I sent his position out on the internet and also on RF. So anybody with a radio near me would pick that up. That's him right there. This is also him. He hasn't moved. He's in the same place. But that's pretty cool, isn't it? Now, some of this I'm not sure about. For instance, this one here. November 4, Radio Tango Delta. Who's that? Let's look it up. November 4, Radio Tango Delta. Let's see who that is. That would be Russell in Lakeland, Florida. So he's pretty far from me. He's not anywhere near me. Lakeland, Florida's got to be, I don't even know. Let's see if we go to detail. This will tell me how far away from me he is. 119 miles. Now we go back to the CSN box here. And here's his call sign right here. He's 118 miles away, and I picked that up via RF. And I sent it back out over the internet. And I was the third step in that trip. This Palm Coast here, that is a digipeater about 2.9 miles away from me. That was never there. And I had been looking. Remember I told you I was looking to get an iGate, and I found the sat box? This is the iGate I was looking at. And at the time, they took this off the market, and they weren't selling it. But now they've redone it. It's completely rebuilt. Let's see if I can use this camera here and look over there. You see that little white screen on my bulletin board there? That's the iGate Mini. That one little thing. Tiny little box. So yeah, he's it's a great little gizmo. And I talked to Mike Satteretti and Frank Garofalo and Keith Bush. They're the gentlemen from CSN Technologies. And they're the ones that make the sat box, and they're also the ones that make the iGate Mini, which is what this is. So here, if you look at this one right here, November 2, Echo Delta X-Ray, it went from N2 EDX, wide 1, to Daytona Beach, to Palm Coast, to me. That's how I picked it up. So I received it on RF from the Palm Coast. That's this one right here. I received it from there and sent it back out over the internet myself. So this way, if you go to APRS FI, here's APRS FI, and we go to ND1C, hit enter, it comes up and it says, oh, what do you want? I said, let's try ND1C-9. That's my buddy Jim. You can see he just got home. He's going real slow now, 6 miles an hour. I think he's probably backing the trailer into his driveway. That's probably what he's doing right now. But yeah, he's the one that got me started on APRS and got me into it. And what's nice is with this program, I can, let me shrink this back down so I see everything on the screen. I can actually send him a message. And here's where I'll do it, right here. I click on ND1C. This is his call sign right here. Oh, look at that. I got a message from MI7DJT. Hey, let's see. What did Iman have to say to me? Howdy, Mike. Howdy, Iman. There you go. I just sent him a message back. That's cool. That's cool. He got it, and he got it. So if I want to go to Jim, I go here, and I could send him a little thing that says, welcome home. Oh, lousy typing job there, but I just sent Jim a message, said welcome home, because I know he's home because I see him right at his house. I know where his house is on that map, so I know where he lives. Anyway, this is a great little gadget if you want to play with something to have fun with. The other thing is, too, if in your area there's no iGates, what this thing does is it reports the beacons that it hears to the internet, so that the internet, the APRS FI page, that's this page here, then gets a signal, right? And you know where it is. So if you, let's close this up. If I click on ND1C right here, that's pretty cool. I was what reported him to APRS FI. This is the other eye gate in my area. Right here. This is, oh no, that's Flagler Beach. This is it right here, Palm Coast. That's the Palm Coast one. You can see it's pretty close to me, but I still wanted to put the eye gate in so it's there for everybody to use. And it kind of provides a service for people. So anyway, so today is Wednesday. Friday, my new iPhone. I haven't gotten an iPhone in 5 years, so probably be culture shock. As a preparation for it, I downloaded the iOS 26 onto my existing phone, which is a 14 Pro Max. I'm getting the 17 Pro Max on Friday. And yeah, the good news is it's going to be a much better phone. It does translating. You don't need a separate app. It does translating automatically. You can have it translate languages for you and stuff. So I'm really looking forward to that. Anyway, so the project's going right now. The things to accomplish is get that rotator working tonight and take it out tomorrow and play with it. Mount the Arrow 2 antenna on it and see how that goes and make sure it works. I'll run a couple of tests at home before I actually go out to the field. But right now I can't do anything anyway because I need the coax to go to the Arrow 2 antenna because the coax I have now is just too heavy, too long. I just want to get like 25 feet of very light, that 714 stuff I think it is, or 174 coax at ABR Industries. That's as flexible cable. And I'm going to mount that onto the thing. I'm also going to get a Pelican box to store the rotator in when I'm going in between places so it doesn't get banged up and broken. It is a 3D printed box, and it was kind of weak in a couple of spots, and in the process of working with it and handling it and moving it around, things cracked. I tried using regular airplane glue to put the pieces back together, but it doesn't stick to it, so probably what I'll end up doing is doing a couple of drops of crazy glue in a couple of spots, and once I clamp it all together, it ain't going anywhere. So very sturdy little setup. It's got like 4 layers to it. The motors all work. The nice thing about the motors too is they turn 360 degrees. They're made to turn continuously in either direction. There's no stop. Like the Yaesu rotor has a stopper. Like you can only go so far in one direction, then you got to go back around the other way and continue the pass. That's why they have the flip ability to do the flip. This has a switch to manually tell it to flip, but I don't know if I'm ever even going to use that. We'll see. I got to see how it works with the SAT box. I have not tried that yet. So once I get this set up, we'll hook it up with the SAT box and see if it'll track a satellite for me the way it's supposed to. When that happens, it's going to be fun, fun, fun till her daddy takes the T-Bird away. We got 12 people watching right now. Woo, baby. Come, put a little note in the chat and say hi. Get in there and say hello. Love to talk to new people. Like I said, the picture behind me is a still image. If you know, well, you can't see it because you can't see the date, but the date on it is sometime in May, and it's obviously not May. It's September. It was May 31st, I believe, was the date I got this picture from. But all right, what do we got here? Iman's asking me, would that not twist your coax if you kept going in the same direction? Yes, it would. It would. So you don't want to keep doing that. But that's all right because when you set it up, you tell it where 0 is on elevation and where north is. And you could tell it to go back to that position. Remember, on the SAT box, I'll show you this on the screen here. Here's the SAT box. You see this button here, ready and park? Those are preconditioned locations you want it to point to. You go into the rotator here, and here you got park position up here, and I said 325 degrees, and I want it at an elevation of 95 degrees. In my case, if I tell it to do that, let's turn the antenna on so you can see just that. All right, so right now it is in the ready position. The ready position points right at the St. Augustine Amateur Radio Society, right? That's the ready position. That's 350.1 and an elevation of 0. Now, if I go to the park position, I'm going to click that right now. Right now it's in the ready position. So now I'm going to the park position. And you saw the park position is going to be 325 and 95 degrees. So what it turned to 325 now. And what it's going to do, that antenna is going to start pointing straight up in the air like goalposts on a football field. And it's going to get there and it's going to just stay there. And what I do is when it's going to be windy, I put it like this because there's less wind resistance, less of a wind load on the antenna like this. But when I'm using, all day long I use it, I get on that St. Augustine repeater and I put it in the ready position. So now it's in the park position and now I'm going to click the button for ready. So what I'll do with the rotator, I'll have the rotator, I'll tell it the park position, I want it north and 0 elevation, and it'll turn that way. So this way I can make sure that it doesn't twist itself up. You know, the sat box is really good at that. So I wouldn't worry about that too much. I might not even have to use that flip switch. I'll see once I hook up the sat box. If the sat box knows it's going to need to go this way or that way, it'll set it up at the beginning of the pass where it's supposed to be. Because you always leave the flip enabled. If you look at the rotator here, there's this thing, antenna flip. I have it enabled. That gives the sat box the ability to flip the antenna so that it can stay on one plane all the way through the pass, as opposed to going to a certain spot, stopping, coming all the way around the other side, and starting again. That's by giving it the flip ability. You don't have to do that. Anybody got any questions? Nobody came to Discord. Wow. I was going to have you guys get on here and talk with me. But you don't want to, so hey, screw you. No, I'm kidding. We got any decent passes coming up tonight? We got the ISS coming up at 4.47 degrees at 7:17. We got PO 101, which isn't heard, but that's going to be a 71 degree pass. SO 50 has been heard. That's oh, you're not looking at the screen I'm looking at. Yeah, here you go, right here. Here's all the upcoming birds coming by. So we got the ISS. Let me see. That might be the last pass until morning. Yeah, that's going to get further away on the next pass. So yeah, the next time the ISS comes up is at 10:36, only going to be 0.41 degrees. Next ISS pass after that is at 11 minutes after midnight, and that'll be 13 degrees. And then probably after that, there'll be another good one coming up, where I will be 9 sheets to the wind, sleeping in my bed. All right, anybody got any questions? If not, we're going to get out of here. I thank you all for coming and watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Hit the bell, because this way, anytime I go live, you'll know about it right away. All right, so yeah, it's working pretty good. I'm watching it up on the screen over there, too. I got, where I normally have the Geochron, I'm streaming this video right now. Damn, I look good in 4K. Multiple times. All right, let's see what happens when I switch back to my solo camera. It's going to take it a second to switch back to the solo camera. And you can see the delay when I look to the left and then I look straight ahead, and I watch the next picture. I look to my left and then look straight ahead. Watch. Oh, there's the solo camera. Damn, that's a white shirt. All right, boys and girls, we did good today. We talked about some interesting stuff. Get excited, man. Believe me, when I get this rotator working and I got it down to a science, we'll be doing parks on the air with this. I'll be streaming live from some park somewhere. Hopefully my phone will be able to handle it. I got 2 numbers on the phone, one with AT&T and one with Verizon. So no matter where I am, I should be able to get good coverage. All right, on that note, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming. This is Kilo Oscar 4 Papa Delta India reminding you, don't do anything I wouldn't do, all right? At least not without me. Give me a call first, all right? And we'll do it together. This is KO4 PDI 73, everybody.